Thank you very much. And can I say good morning to everybody and namaste. It's a great pleasure to be with you. And yes, you're right. I was very fortunate to be able to visit Oscar Foundation in Mumbai. I think it helps put things into real perspective to actually be there in person. We all read lots of things, and actually some of you may have had the chance to meet some of the girls and boys that came over from Mumbai over the last few years. But until you actually go to where they live and where their parents work and actually see the environment that they're living and working in, it's really hard to imagine what they actually live in and also what their futures may or may not be. So for me to actually see where their parents are working, I visited the docks where I saw a lot of the mothers shelling prawn on the side of the dock hour after hour. And to some of the other places as well, and then to some of their homes as well, which was a real privilege to actually be able to go into their home. I actually went into Ashok's home, which was wonderful, and to see the community centre where they actually work and the football pitches. But it really does help you to understand that the work that Oscar Foundation does is so important in giving these young people better life chances. If they can stay in education and get more qualifications, and then actually the potential of a job that they could only otherwise have dreamt of, it will give them and their whole families much better futures. It lifts their families and it gives them opportunities to actually, they will support their whole family all the way through. So for me, it was hugely important. I would encourage all of you, when you get the chance, go and see them and go and experience what I experienced. And you'll also find an enormous amount of joy and laughter as well. They're wonderful people. What Oscar is doing is absolutely incredible. And I know lots of volunteering opportunities for you. So if you ever felt like having a life change, to go and see what they're doing, go and understand more. We forget how incredibly privileged we are to be in this country and to have the many opportunities that I know all of you have at Bradfield College. And we forget that, for the boys, it's the education. Yes, they might be allowed to finish their education, but the choices of their futures are limited. And also very much for the girls, if we don't keep them in education, we know that early marriage is the only option, and a life of working on the dockside, where by about the age of 40, 45, they're old because they've been sitting on wooden blocks all the time. Yeah, so I would just encourage you to do as much as you can to support them, and to understand better how fortunate we are, but also what we can do and the difference we can make to this wonderful community of the Oscar Foundation, and the many lives that are actually being affected in such a positive way. So thank you for this opportunity this morning to see you all. And I know that there's a trip planned in the not too distant future, I hope, where I'm sure that you'll get the chance to meet with and chat with and play with other kids that are going to come over. So thank you very much indeed.